people, the headlines, the issues impacting you, all on This Week in Cincinnati on 9 on Your Side.
Welcome back, everyone. This morning on This Week in Cincinnati, we are talking with Ohio Attorney General and candidate for governor Mike DeWine. We thank him for being here, and also with us our WCPO editorial director Dave Holthouse and 9 on Your Side reporter Tom McKee. And a quick programming note that for all of you watching, that we did record this program on a Wednesday. I want to ask what I think should be a quick question, which is that you and your opponent in the primary, Lieutenant Governor Mary Taylor, both have really negative ads running right now. And at a time when our nation seems so divided and civil discourse seems so in short supply, would you like to see this negative campaigning stop?
Needs to go away. Needs to go away. We've said that all along. John Husted and I, my running mate, have talked about the issues every single speech. If you look at what Mary Taylor does every single speech, unfortunately, it's attack Mike DeWine, attack Mike DeWine, attack Mike DeWine. So look, we had an ad ready in case she started attack. We're not going to sit here and get hammered. You know, what you learn in politics is if the other side is beating you up, you know, you have to respond. You can't just sit there and unilaterally disarm. But look, we would love to do nothing, frankly, but talk about the issues throughout this campaign, our vision for the future of the state of Ohio.
All right, Tom, go ahead and fire off a question.
Well, the idea of the local government fund right now has been cut back since Governor Kasich took over. It was down to nothing, and now there's a $2.8 billion rainy day fund right now. How is that money going to be spent? How should it be spent? And shouldn't some of that go back to the local governments that got so pinched to begin with? So a lot of the burden was thrown back on them.
Yeah, we don't know exactly what budget we're going to face in January, so I'm not going to make huge promises, but I will tell you this, I'm a product of local government. I started as a county prosecuting attorney. I worked with county commissioners. I worked with township trustees. The state did, in fact, balance its budget on the backs of local government. There's absolutely no doubt about that. We have to give some assistance. One area where I've said that I think is the most troublesome is in the area of children's services, foster care. We have half of our counties don't have, or a significant number of our counties do not have a local levy, and the state is, I think we're 46th or 47th out of all the states in how much money we give to local children's services. So we have to do better than that. We've got in this viewing area some counties that it's just, they're really hurting in regard to that area.
General, on guns, which is a hot topic right now, when you were a senator, you supported expanding background checks to gun shows. You got a failing grade from the NRA. Then when you became Attorney General, your grade from the NRA started improving, and you supported school employees, arming school employees, for example. What changed during that time, in your opinion?
Well, I think we've had circumstances, frankly, that have changed. You know, the votes I cast at the NRA did not like. You know, were based, frankly, on my background as a prosecuting attorney at law enforcement, you know, talking with them on any particular vote. But I think as you look at the school situation, I think the number one thing we need to do is, as I said, is to put someone in that school who has a mental health background, who literally that's what they do every single day. I think that's important, very important to teachers. And I again want to be very clear what I've said in regard to schools and arming people. I think you have to be very, very careful about that. We did, in response to requests from schools who ask us, we're going to arm teachers. What should they be, how should they be trained? We came back with a report about the number of hours that teachers should specifically receive training. And as I recall, it was over 200 hours. So we're not casual about arming a teacher. The ideal situation is if you've got a law enforcement person who can be in that building and can serve many, many functions. One is just build a relationship between law enforcement and kids, which is very important. That's by far the ideal situation.
And Attorney General Mike DeWine, we are unfortunately going to have to leave it there. The time goes so quickly. We would love to have you back.
Love to come back. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Please come back again. So as we mentioned earlier, we have invited Mr. DeWine's opponent in the primary, Lieutenant Governor Mary Taylor, to join us on This Week in Cincinnati. We've also reached out to the Democrats, who are major candidates in that party's primary, to join us on This Week in Cincinnati. We will be right back.